Alright, part 4, I guess. I've done a couple other things to this, and I figured I would just kind of play catch up and show what's going on. I'm working on the brakes, bleeding the brakes, and right now, because I had to put in a new brake switch so that the brake light comes on when it sees that there's a pressure in the brake line, which is all squiggly all over. And so I got .5 silicone, .5 brake fluid in here, and I have like 0 brake pressure. So I'm going to have to open up the banjo connector, which is basically this. It's a little it's hard to see. Anyways, there's a connector down there that is in line for the brakes, and bleed all of the air out of the master cylinder so that I can then bleed out of the squiggly brake line, and then I can bleed the air out of the caliper. But I got the front caliper and brake reservoir and brake line done. So front brakes are great. So I did that. That's what I was doing today. And also today I got a new choke line that can pull out and remain out. The other one had no tension left on the little tensioner nut here, and it wouldn't remain open so that I could choke the engine and warm it up to idle. So I replaced that today. Oh, better not. I just almost spilled all of my brake fluid all over the garage floor, which would not have been good. All right, so did that, and basically if I can get the last, really I still haven't tuned the carb yet, but I need to get these things working, and I had to get the choke working in order to get the carb working. So I had to get the choke, and I figured, well, I'll do the choke, I'll get the brake light. See, the brake light wasn't coming on, and it pretty much was probably because of that connector, wherever it is down in there, switch. So that should get this road ready, and I still need to get a air filter cover for that, because there's still a big wide open screw hole that'll suck air in, which defeats the purpose of having an air filter. And yeah, and there's my thing I put on. I don't know if I showed that I put it on or said that I was going to put it on, but this is the vapor trap, so that the tank, as it's draining out, can suck air up into here to fill up into the tank without vapors coming back out of the line. A little rubber hosey hose. That got put on. Yeah, it's coming together. Almost everything's good. I still have these. I still have to do these. Throttle lines are the wrong length. They're close, but they're just a little bit off. And basically, to loosen the throttle line so that you give it more slack, you actually screw this in, right? So the further you unscrew, which actually is tightening, the further you unscrew this, the tighter the lines get, and there should be no slack on them down here. Well, I can undo these all the way. As you can see, this is floppy because it's completely unscrewed right here, and I could push. You see that amount of distance? I can actually, what's hard to see, you can see, let's see the gap? That was a gap there. That gap shouldn't be there, and even with that gap there, I have slack on the line. So that is what's up.